After a leisurely afternoon and evening in Dernstein, the ship sailed at about 1 o'clock in the morning and headed for Vienna, where we arrived at around 8 o'clock on Tuesday morning. No, not another castle, but actually a coffee shop. One of the other passengers on the boat had been to Vienna 2 or 3 times before, and so we walked around with her and she showed us some of the places that she'd become familiar with. Including this very heavily stocked souvenir store. And there was a surprise. And in the evening we were treated to an exclusive private Vienna concert at the beautiful city Palais Liechtenstein Theatre. Unfortunately, we were sitting right at the back of the audience, so did not have a very good view of the orchestra. However, I did my best. On the morning of the 24th, we took the coach into Vienna and went to the Schönbrunn Palace excursion.
So Art Nouveau definitely was the attempt to break away from historicism, eclecticism, for all these old-style revivers that, for instance, you know, from Ringstrasse with neo-Gothic and neo-Baroque and neo-Renaissance and neo-this and neo-that. After 45 years of this repetitive architecture, a new generation of architects, a new generation of artists, a new generation also on the side of the public came up and cried out, it's enough and now it's time for present-day art and for present-day architecture. That was the dawn of Art Nouveau.
At the entrance to the palace is a scale model. Schönbrunn Palace is the most famous and beautiful palace in Vienna and is one of the best known in the whole of Europe. It's been the summer palace of the Habsburgs, who ruled much of Europe for over 600 years. It has 1,441 rooms and covers the whole complex covers an area of some hundreds of acres. While Karen did a guided tour of the palace, I sat out the back in the sun and enjoyed watching the birds, these sort. Another of the little trains and a couple of living statues. Then back on the coach and back through Vienna to the ship. After lunch we headed off to Budapest, and that evening we had the captain's cocktails, or farewell cocktails, and later in the evening a crazy dance disco party with Fran and Gus and the crew joining in. The morning of Thursday the 25th of April finds us moored on the Pest side of the Danube in Budapest. On the Buda side of the river, the Liberty statue, one of the many bridges. Onto the coach, and through the coach windows we look up at where we're heading for. I thought that was apt. Here's a model of the church. How's that for a roof? And from up on the parapet, a view across the river to the Pest side. Back on the coach, back over to Pest and to the railway station and onto the old historic steam train for a trip to the unique Baroque theatre, Kidolo Royal Palace. Again, no photography allowed inside, But here's a photo of some photos. While Karen had a guided tour of the palace, again I took in the sun outside and enjoyed a coffee. These signs tell the story of the palace and show the gardens. Back outside again and back on the train. After dinner, the ship took us on a cruise of the lights of Budapest. Friday the 26th, and it was goodbye to new friends from Darwin, old friends from the Kimberley, and our home away from home, Amarona, and head back home to beautiful Hobart.